To access Sway, you will log into your Lakeland email to access your Microsoft 365 apps. From there, you'll use the waffle menu in the upper left-hand corner, and you will locate Sway, and that will bring you to a new tab. When you come to this section, you'll see any existing templates or projects you're working on. The bottom will always have featured sways that are a good place to look at for inspiration or ideas, as well as on top to create a new blank sway, start from a document, or select a template that Sway has provided. As I said in my previous video, it is best to start with a template, and as you become more comfortable with the Sway features, you can move to a blank one. Now, the templates that they provide might not specifically represent the topic that you're creating for your presentation. So my suggestion is to select the one that is going to get you closest to the type of presentation you're aiming for, and then make edits within. When you select a template, it will bring you to a new tab, and it will show you what the cover page or title page looks like for that sway. And then you'll select the Start Editing Sway button on the bottom. It does take a few seconds to load that template. And from there, you will be brought to a storyline section. The storyline is where you do all of your editing. So as you can see, this presentation, if you scroll down, you'll see the different sections that you can edit for a presentation template. I'm going to toggle back to the template that I used in my previous video. And the template I used mine from was a blog. So if I select my sway, it's going to bring me to my storyline and all the sections that appeared within my previous video. They refer to these boxes as text cards, and when you select the text card, depending on what type it is, you have this option to drop down the details and see the separate sections. At any time you want to add content, you'll select the plus button and then select the type of text card you want. They'll give you suggested content that are probably the most popular, and then you can move to text, media, or a group content card. Images have this feature called focus points, and if you have an image, you can select the focus point button, and that will allow you to change the focal point of an image. If you want the whole image to be viewed as important, you'll select the check mark here, or you can select on the image above, and you can see below it's going to change as I add those focal points. You always have the option to reset. When you have text, text will always give you options to emphasize that text. If you want to add an accent to the text, you can, and you can also add links. The text card boxes, some of them have this feature where you can change the emphasis. So if that part of your presentation is not essential, you might want to make it a subtle emphasis, or if it's a point in your presentation that you really want to make a point on, you can make it have a bigger emphasis, and that just changes the size of it. If at any time you want to get rid of your text cards, there's always a garbage can to delete the card from your sway. And as you see, if I click on a text card, I always have this plus button appear to add something below. And you always have the option to move your text cards. Once you get that 4 arrow image, you always have the option to drag and drop. When you want to view what your sway looks like in the presentation, you'll go from storyline to design. And it will bring you to how your sway currently looks. And this way, as you work through your storyline, you can go back to your design and see how that certain text card appears and make changes before moving on. When you're ready to present, you'll use the play feature, and that will bring you to presentation mode. In presentation mode, there is this gear button that allows you to make some changes. You can set your sway to an autoplay setting, which will have the page scroll or move to the next slide on its own. You can also change the layout, so the direction in which your sway goes. So the default is for it to be vertical. You can also make it scroll horizontally, or you can turn it to this optimized for presentation. That one is best for if you're using a template that is more of a presentation template versus the one I'm using right now, which is a blog. You always have the choice to go back in and edit, and this is where you can share your sway as well. So maybe you have group members that you would like to share with, or an instructor, or if you just want to make sure anyone with a link has access to your sway. Now, when you're inviting people, it's important to decide whether the person you're inviting should only be viewing or editing the sway. And there's 3 ways that you can share the sway. You can just simply copy the link. You can get a visual link. You can attach it to social media, or you can get an embedded code. They do have an extra layer of security if you would like to add a password before your sway is accessed. There's one more way to find templates to get as close to your topic as possible, and that's once you're in sway and you're in the storyline section, there will be this button that appears that says sway, and if you press on it, it will bring you to the sway website, and you will see all of your current work, and again, templates as well as sways to get inspired by. But on the website, they have this other tab, which is Start from a Topic. So you may have a specific topic for your presentation, and you can search that topic to get to a closer template. So sometimes they'll need you to specify more in order to find the best template for you. And this is just one way to, again, get as close as possible to the specific type of template that you're looking for. When you do a start from topic choice, just be aware that there are less sample images and text in those templates, but it is a way to get maybe a more advanced template for your specific presentation. So this concludes how to access Sway as well as get started within Sway for your next presentation.